I'll be covering how to send spike notifications to both Android and iOS, focusing on the boom and crash 1000 series for M1 in particular, mainly because the spike and the candle are so well differentiated as compared to other timeframes. So here's the plan. You can tell spikes have a longer length than candles, and we'll be leveraging this special property. We'll take 2000 bars. A bar is one of this. Regardless of whether it's a candle or a spike, the spike of a bar will be represented by the absolute difference of the open and the close. The spike will definitely have a higher difference than the candle. The goal is to get the maximum value beyond which the bar is considered a spike. Let's get into the code. Some disclaimers: this does require some understanding of programming concepts, but I'll do my best to explain everything. If anything is unclear, please ask in the comment section. You need to have MT5 installed and a Deriv account or a broker account that supports boom and crash. I'm not sure if there's any other than Deriv. Download the Deriv MT5 on deriv.com. Launch the IDE by clicking on this IDE button or hit F4 on your keyboard. On the IDE, click on New and keep everything at a default. First, create a variable that will change the value depending on whether we are in a spike or a candle. I've defaulted it to nothing. What index will hold whether the EA is a crash or a boom. The highest value difference will hold the highest value, which the height of a bar is considered a candle. Is spike is a boolean, which will either be true when in a spike or false when in a candle. The onInit function runs once when the EA is loaded on the chart. From our list of variables, will only need to be computed once, while these two will change as the ticks form. The first task will be determining what index we are on. Are we in a boom or a crash? The symbol name gets the current symbol name the EA is on. If the string name contains boom, we identify as being in a boom, and the same holds true for crash. We first decide on the number of bars to investigate, 2000 in this case, and then initialize two arrays. One will hold the close of the 2000 bars, and the open holds the open of the 2000 bars. The difference array will hold the absolute difference of the open and the close. We then ensure the size of the arrays is equal to the number of elements we want them to contain. The copy close function takes in the symbol name, the time frame, the start time, the count, and the target array to copy data to. In this case, we'll be copying to the close array. The copy open works the same, but for open values. Loop through the open and close and get the difference. We can see from inspecting the logs that the spikes are typically greater than 1, so we need an array containing just the differences below 1, and those above 1 are set to 0, so that we can have the new array have the same length as our bars. With the new array, we sort the array from the lowest to the highest, finally assigning our highest value difference to the highest value we got for all candles. Moving on to the onTick function. This function runs on every tick on the chart. We start by getting the current tick or price, the last close of the previous candle, which is also the open of the current candle. We get the absolute difference as long as the absolute difference is less than the highest value difference. We are in a candle, and thus is spike boolean will always be false. If the difference is greater than the highest value difference, we are in a spike. Since the spike lasts a minute, we don't want to get spammed with notifications every time there was a tick while still in a spike. Thus, when in a spike, we check if the spike is false and send the notification, then change the spike value to true. Thus, on the following tick, the if condition will not run and the spike will be reset when we get into a candle. While this will work when we have a spike followed by a candle, it won't work when we have consecutive spikes. Let me know in the comments how we can solve this issue, since spikes do follow each other from time to time. Last but not least, I simply display the current value of candle or spike on the chart. Compile and you ought not to have any errors. Go back to Deriv and launch the strategy tester as follows. If the strategy tester window is not visible, go to View, then click on Strategy Tester. Choose the name you gave to the EA. The time frame has to be M1 and Boom 1000 is selected. You can also use the Crash 1000. For the model, use the every tick based on real ticks. As you can see, it works as intended. However, the notifications are yet to get to your phone, since notifications do not work while backtesting. First, ensure the algo trading is on. Next, go to Tools, Options, Notifications, and then while on that tab, go to your MT5 on your phone, click on Settings, then copy the code on your phone to the MT5. Test sending a message and that should appear. The last part of the puzzle is to add the expert advisor to the chat, and this is how you do it. Right click on it from this navigator window. If this navigator window is not present, go to view and then navigator window. Alright, that's it for this video. Thanks for sticking around. On the next one, we will add taking trades after a spike happens, and later on add using AI to make trades. Cheers, I'll see you on the next one.